Welcome back to my channel. We are here at Varkala Cliff. The beautiful Varkala Cliff is around an overnight journey from Bangalore, and we came by train and reached straight to the Varkala Cliff. The station is not far away from Varkala Cliff. It's just around 2 kilometers away. 50 rupees by auto, and the auto lands up at the helipad of Varkala Cliff, and exactly from the helipad the Varkala Cliff starts. The helipad itself gives a very beautiful view, and many people come and sit in the helipad to have a glimpse of the sea from the cliff. Mostly it gets crowded during evening times with a lot of street vendors and a lot of local people who come and sit to have a look at the sea. But in daytime and the morning hours, it generally stays a bit cool, and you don't see many people here. So to the right side of the helipad, we see the Varkala Cliff, the way to the Varkala Cliff. But if you go towards the left, it gets down to the Papanasam beach, where people mostly come for this Radha and all other rituals, but quite a lot of tourists are also there. So from the helipad, if you walk into the Varkala Cliff, we see many hotels, many food joints, bars, fashion stores, some shopping places, cloth stores on the right side, and on the left side you will see the sea. The sea gives a majestic view. It's beautiful aura of the blue ocean, and the cliff is at quite a lot of height, so the view itself is mesmerizing. Yeah, if you see the cliff road, it's not too wide, so auto can go though. If you have a booking in any hotel in the cliff, so auto can go in the morning hour, because morning hour the rush is less. So auto can enter to the cliff on the main cliff road. This is the road where it can go and land up and leave you at any hotel you have already booked. But if you come in the evening time, this will be a bit tough because it will be very crowded. So this is the cliff road, which is the main attraction of Varkala, and just a walk in the cliff, it gives a nice feeling and relaxes a lot. So we stayed here for around 4 days, and I might have made around 10 to 15 walk around of the cliff. The cliff will be around half a kilometer max, not too much. So from helipad to the end of the cliff on the last side is max to max half kilometer. On the right side you will see many shops, beautiful hotels, and see many tourists here. You have many walks, many things to do, many activities, like many people do surfing here. So there are quite a lot of people who go to the end of that side end to do surfing, and the surfing place is not too much. You can say it's not too much deep, so you can easily and comfortably do. It takes around 3 hours, but depends on the experience of the person and interest to do, as it's not easy to learn a skill within just 3 hours. So it's just a fun activity, you can say. They charge around 200 to 1500 bucks to take somebody for surfing. So there are so many numbers and people, if you ask anybody around, so these guys roam around on this road and ask you if you want to do surfing. So this is one activity somebody, if he wants to do, they can do in the early morning. Hotel wise, you have many hotels which is quite affordable and beautiful, and with a nice restaurant view. There is no dearth of place to stay here, and it's one of the good things is that you get superb nice, tasty, delicious food, and the hotels are really nice, people are good and well behaved. On the right side, every hotel and joint and food joint, restaurants have a good restaurant which you can give a view of the sea. So you will see many people relaxing there, because it's a daytime, so you don't see much people. So we stayed in this hotel called the Green Palace, and it has a restaurant, a bar restaurant, which is also beautifully placed, nicely placed in front of the sea, and the menu is quite good and affordable. We found the only this hotel is having a good restaurant and with a uh, proper mix of European and Indian menu. And we stayed there for 4 days, and max time we had food here only. And if you go ahead, there are many hotels in the right side. The room charge starts from 2,000 rupees to 4, 5,000, 6,000 rupees like that. Not much expensive though. And the walk in this cliff is very relaxing, and we enjoyed walking there from up and down. And that's the main attraction. We most of the time we relaxed there and stayed in that hotel, stayed in that and just relaxed, have a cup of coffee or tea in that restaurant, a bar restaurant, and look at the sea, walk on the computer, whatever you want to do. One of the interesting fact about Varkala is that the Uber founder wrote entire code on this Varkala cliff before launching Uber. So this place is famous for that. So if I actually heard it somewhere there only, and when then I went to verify the fact, and it's actually true. So though it's mentioned in Wikipedia, so he might have done some work here. So and it's mentioned in the web page of the founder. So there are many ways to go to the downside of the to walk down to the beach. The problem is we came here in rainy season with that's why the sea is nearly touching the cliff base. So even if you walk down, you will not be able to get to any beach. So people who are expecting to go to a beach and play with the water and have a feeling of the sand and all, this is not the place to come now. This is the place to come and sit and watch the sea and enjoy the sea's vibe and get the view of the sea and relax. But we really want to play with the water. This is another place to have fun with the water. So not much access to the sea beach. So if we continue to walk, there is another cafe which we really liked a lot, which has a nice viewpoint, and also you have places where you can take photograph, Cafe Italiano, and they offer pizza and all. But even if you don't eat anything, you can just go up and take some photographs, because the location of the cafeteria is so nice that you can have beautiful photographs with the Varkala Cliff and the water background, and it really looks nice. So anybody coming, you can just go up to the top floor and take some photograph, even if you don't want to dine there. So I continued my walk on that cliff road, and this is another hotel, which is also the famous hotel of that place, which is Kafautia or something like that, the name. It is having a vintage touch to the hotel rooms. If anybody wants to experience a vintage stay, then this hotel is nice. So yeah, this is just a walk. You continue to enjoy the place by walk around from that cliff, and the cliff, and the road. There is also some Ayurvedic Kerala massage places also, and there are places like people selling seafood. So those things come in the evening. So this is a daytime, so you may not be able to see, and this is not that crowded. But evening gets crowded with a lot of people selling seafood, and other markets get active. So yeah, daytime, this is early morning and daytime. So this is not early morning. This is actually around 11 p.m. 11 a.m. to 12 noon time. One of the good thing about the cliff is most of the hotels and food joints or any fashion shops, they planted a lot of flower plants to give a nice look to the road. So this is one of the good thing about it. There are some viewpoints in the sea. This place is to get a cliff vibe. We don't have many cliffs in the southern side of India, but fortunately this is a place where you will get a cliff view of the beach. And the beach is extremely beautiful. The sea view is beautiful, so you get a cliff view of the sea. It is not very common in different other view on other beaches of India, southern India. I have not seen that. Even in the eastern side also, in the Bay of Bengal also, I have not seen any cliffs where from you get a view, and you also get a place to stay in the cliff and enjoy the place. it's not that easy to get, I guess. So this is one of the places where you can get this. And particularly the cliff is well developed. One of the interesting fact we heard that the cliff was not much in demand, and people expected that it will go down into the beach. So the land was that cheap here. So some people didn't want to buy it here because this land will not exist after few years. But in recent times, in the last 5 years to 10 years time, and last decade, this price shot up like anything, and it became a primary hub for tourist hub, and got international attraction also. So you never know which place will get how much importance and how it will market itself to the tourist and other locations, other people. So yeah, I mean, point is the cliff is still standing there, and the rumors that the cliff will melt into the sea didn't happen. So whoever bought land at 2,000 rupees per acre, which was dirt cheap at that time, is actually having a lot of land there for the hotels. So this is interesting fact which I heard from there. If you continue to walk on the Varkala Cliff towards the end, just before around 100 meters of the end, you see people doing surfing there. Can zoom it further, but I guess you can have a look. So this is how they do the surfing. There is one coach takes you into the sea. Some of the experienced surfers, they go deep into the sea, but it's quite shallow water. It's just 4 to 5 feet deep only. So you can consider it as safe and rely on them and try it out. This is the surfing beach at the other end of the cliff, and there's a beautiful hotel here, another vintage hotel. So I more or less covered the entire stretch of the Varkala Cliff. This is the last hotel, which is famous as the other end hotel. The Black Beach Resort, and this is the last hotel, I mean, in this end. So these guys are also quite reasonable, and they have breakfast bouquet at 200 rupees, and you guys can, early morning you can come around here and try the breakfast buffet if you want. And the view from there, the restaurant is also beautiful. Though we didn't stay here, but we like this place too. One of the reason is, we get all the autos for the city ride and all in that end, in the helipad. So it will be a regular walk before we go to the city. So that's why we didn't stay in this hotel. Otherwise, this hotel is also quite good. And I am now in my return path from this end of the Varkala Cliff to our hotel in Green Beach, Green Palace. So this is the return walk. So all these hotels have this end as the face towards the sea beach, and they also have the other end that opens in the opposite direction to a road. So you can approach the city by the road too, but we discovered that a bit late. Thank you.